Well, we have no way to turn these lights on or off, so what I'd like to do is add some switches to our model. I want to roll down to my ceiling plan level 1. I want to zoom into these areas where we have lights, and we're going to add some switches. I want to go to my Systems tab. Now on my electrical panel, I'm going to click my device drop-down, and I'm going to go down to lighting. I have an M lighting switch, 3-way. Now if we hit the drop-down here, we'll see we have quite a few of them. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to grab door. I'm going to put mine right next to the door. Don't worry about that big ugly DR. We're going to get rid of that. I'm going to pick a spot like right about here. I'm going to hit escape a couple times. Now, these automatically tag themselves, but I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm going to select my lighting switch. I'm going to click on Edit Type. And for my label right here, I'm going to get rid of DR. I'm going to hit the backspace. I'm going to click off of it. I'm going to click Apply. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to hit Escape. It gets rid of that. We'll figure out a way to tag this later. But the thing is, if we tag it separately, we can control where that tag goes. I know it's an extra step, but believe me when I tell you that that door label isn't going to work out for you. Now, if you just tried to put your switch in and couldn't figure out why you can't see it, you probably have a view range problem. To look at our view range, what I want to do is hit escape a couple times, and I want to go to the properties over here. Now, I want to scroll down until we find view range. It's right here, and I want to click on edit. Now, this has been greatly enhanced in 2017. What I want to do is I want to click on the show button right here. And this has been widely needed. It's given us a key. So essentially, we're in a reflected ceiling plan. So standing on the bottom, we're looking up. We cannot see any further above level 2. So this is how far we're seeing up. Now the cut plane, it's at 1200. That's around 4 feet. Usually our cut plane is set for 7'6", but I like to set it for around 1200, which makes it so we can see the door swings and we can see our lighting switches. If yours isn't 1200, if yours is around 2134 or 2438, then you probably won't be able to see your light switch, which is at around 1219. The view depth, looking down, just make sure it's level above level 2 because we're in a reflected ceiling plan, so view depth means we're actually looking up. It's confusing, I know, but just make sure your cut plane is set around 1200 and you'll be able to see everything. So click OK here. Now I'm going to select this lighting device. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to create similar. Now I'm going to come to this room. I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to come into this room. And this one, I'll probably put it on something else. I'll put it on a dimmer. But what we'll see is that tag still stays on it. But what happens is, suppose I put it on here. Look, it's upside down. There's nothing you can do with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right here on this wall, hit escape, select it, click edit type, and get our label right out of there. I'm going to click apply. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to hit escape a couple of times. Now I'm going to come to this room here. I'm not sure why I stopped at one light, so I'm going to select this light. I'm going to click move. I'm going to move it down to here. I'm going to click copy. I'm going to copy it down to here. I'm going to hold down my control key, select both of them. I'm going to click copy. I'm going to pick a base point, and I'm going to copy them down to about here. Now I've got 4 lights in here. I'm going to add a switch. I'm going to squeeze it in between here. So I'm going to click on device. I'm going to grab my door switch. I'm going to squeeze it right here, actually. Hit escape a couple times. Now I think we're good. So we know how to put switches in. We know how to get rid of these tags. And we know how to control our view range. Not bad.